Introduction. Welcome to Get Hired in 20 Minutes. Does the chance to find a job and be hired in 20 minutes sound too outrageous to be possible? I can tell you it is possible and it happens every day. The secret is knowing where to look and what to say when you're there. Companies are abandoning the old ways of hiring people and using a new method which does not involve any interviews and not even a resume. I will explain everything in detail and give you some tips that will give you an unfair advantage over other job seekers. Life is full of choices, and many people choose to do everything the hard way. They go from job interview to job interview and then complain when they cannot find work. The next day, they do the same thing with the same result. I'm glad that you've chosen to break this pointless circle, and you've decided to take advantage of this new method of working for companies around the world while you sit at home. I'm about to reveal to you the new trend in employment. Companies no longer want to hire a large staff of full-time people. Instead, they want to hire people for specific jobs for a fixed amount of pay. There are thousands of companies around the world seeking people just like you, and they want to hire you to work remotely at your home. The old concept of driving to an office for 8 hours is going the way of the horse and buggy as small companies hire people for short-term jobs. Now you can cash in on this trend, and I'll reveal how you can snatch up those jobs. Work when you want, and you can even set how much you're paid. Have you heard the expression, if you want something done right, do it yourself? Now try writing software if you have no programming experience. Try recording your business's voicemail message if you have a squeaky voice. Try rewriting your product instruction manual in Spanish if you don't speak Spanish. Try building a website if you don't know how to. If you do not have those skills, then you must find someone who does. Businesses and individuals cannot always do it themselves, and they need you to do some things for them. Some companies simply want to hire people to save themselves time. If a small business owner needs his product catalog typed into his new website, and he's the only person running his small store or the only person running his web-based business, then he does not want to sit all day typing in the product descriptions. He could not run his business while he was doing that. Instead, he will hire someone like you to do the typing for him, and he'll be glad to pay you to do a job he did not want to do anyway. There are many simple jobs that may require special skills, special experience, or special equipment, like sound or music equipment. There are also many jobs that do not require any special knowledge or ability and simply require some time, like data entry. If you're not an expert in anything, that's okay. I'll tell you how you can become at least good enough to get hired, and soon you'll be an expert. You can also work on those jobs that do not require any special skills like data entry or blog posting, which only requires some of your time. Are you an expert in something? Maybe you're just good at something or have experience people do not. Then this gives you an even greater advantage, and it's something you can offer your assistance to others through special websites, which I will explain shortly. Why would someone hire you? People want to hire you in order to save themselves time. Because you have a skill set they do not. Because you have experiences they do not. Because you have special equipment they do not. To save money. Cheaper to hire you than someone locally. Because they have multiple people doing multiple jobs already. You can really get a job in the next 20 minutes. I'm serious. There are thousands of companies posting these types of short-term jobs, which anyone can do. These companies are waiting for people to respond, and most jobs are awarded in less than a day, some in less than 20 minutes. Why are you looking for a job when thousands of jobs go unfilled every day? Why would you want to waste your time going to job interviews or filling out applications when you can pick the job you want in advance and tell the employer you'll take it? It's now possible through this new employment practice for you to pick the job you want and grab it. About the author. Michael Ford is a serial entrepreneur who has started a number of successful businesses. He's also authored over 10 books on subjects from computer security to mastering eBay. He's designed and developed a number of software programs which are now known worldwide, such as SpeedReader X System and WriteWriter, grammar improvement software, among others. In the course of building his businesses, he's hired hundreds of workers and for the first time reveals the very methods used to choose workers in Get Hired in 20 minutes. Get started. Every journey begins with that first step. You have to take the first step with this program, and I know that it can change your life for the better. Even if you only want to work part-time or make a few extra dollars instead of seeking full-time work, this program can help put that extra money in your pocket. I'm not selling anything either. I'm introducing you to a new type of employment system that you can use. If you're seeking financial freedom or just want to reduce your dependence on your employer, then this course is the path you have searched for. I will save you from many missteps in this journey too. I'll share my experience and show you how to excel at this new type of job so you can demand top dollar and receive it. I always feel it's unfortunate when someone tries to break out on their own with no guide and they become discouraged and quit. I can see they were following the wrong path because I've been using this system for years and their mistakes are obvious to me. I'll point you down the right path and give you a handful of simple techniques you can use to be successful and to truly grab that job you want in 20 minutes. And you can repeat that success as often as you want. Dumb excuses. I'm not an excuse kind of person, but I hear them all the time. Here are some of the most common excuses people want to use to avoid success. I can't give up my regular paycheck. Then don't. You can do this kind of work in the evenings, weekends, whenever you want. You don't have to make any major changes in your life. I don't have the skills. If you have the skill to order this course, you can surf the internet, then you have the skills for this kind of employment. Many jobs involve data entry, which means nothing more than typing information into a website, or it involves voice recording, which requires you to talk, or it may require you listening to a recording and then typing what is said. If you have other skills, then that's even better, but they're not required. I tried it before and it didn't work. You may have tried it, but did you do it the right way? There are many websites offering employment, but most of those jobs are full-time for big companies and require experience. This course is about an endless line of short-term jobs which require little or no experience, where you work at home for a different company each day. Even if you've tried these sites before, you did not know how to be successful because you did not have an employer like me whispering the secrets in your ear so you can gain an advantage over workers seeking jobs. I tried Monster.com and Dice.com, but they never got me a job. Of course not. The companies who list jobs there receive hundreds and thousands of resumes for every job they list. Even if you're qualified, they likely hire someone long before they even get close to reading your resume. Those companies are looking for a long-term, full-time employee, and then they only need one. This course will unlock the secret to thousands of jobs for thousands of companies who are only looking for someone to do that one job. Their requirements are lower, so they're much more likely to hire you even if you have no resume. As a matter of fact, almost no one is hired for these jobs based on a resume, but a weak resume will result in your application being thrown out at the major job sites. I'm not smart enough. If you can read through this course and speak English, then you are overqualified. Many of the workers already out there are in foreign countries and they have difficulty speaking English or understanding job postings. This immediately gives you an advantage. It's true some jobs require computer programming ability, but those are only some of the jobs available, and many jobs only require basic computer skills like web surfing, typing, or following simple instructions. What would my friends, wife, husband say? They will say, "How are you making that money while working at home? Please show me how to do it." This is not a complicated system. You simply have to know some inside secrets and how the system works to take full advantage of it. It's no different from driving a car. If you've never seen a car before and someone tried to explain how it worked, turning the steering wheel, pushing the pedals, you might think it's impossibly complex to operate such a machine as a car. But you know that's not the case. It's easy. The reason it's easy is because you know how to do it. I will show you how easy this new type of employment works, and when you see how easy it is to turn the steering wheel toward a job you want, you will hit the accelerator and snap up the best jobs. Once your friends or significant other sees how you can work from home and possibly make more than they're making, they will demand that you reveal your secret. Don't let yourself be misdirected by negative thoughts. It's easy to walk away and do nothing. That means you do exactly that, nothing. You keep going from job interview to job interview until you have to settle for a low-paying job, or you have a job and you're always worried about losing it. I want to save you from those nightmares and show you a new way that you can guarantee yourself employment on demand anytime you want it. Who will hire you? There are thousands of large and small businesses seeking workers to do simple work-at-home jobs. You may be surprised to find out that there are thousands of jobs posted every day that go unfilled because there are not enough workers available. These are not high-tech jobs or jobs that require college degrees or lots of experience in anything. They're simple jobs that you can do using your computer. These jobs are posted on a new type of employment site called Hire Me Network site. You may have gone to a job interview and they asked you what skills you had. Whatever you say, you get the idea they're not the skills the company wants. You've wasted an entire morning driving to and from one job interview for one company. Now you're becoming desperate and thinking maybe you should apply for lower-paying jobs. Then you send your resume to 100 companies by email or by postal mail and wait, hoping someone might actually read it. This is the hard way to be hired, and it's a waste of your time. Most emailed resumes are never opened. Mary got smart. Mary Lawrence of Cincinnati was in a desperate need of a job. She was laid off when the company she worked for lost one of their biggest clients. They had to cut expenses, so let 20% of their workforce go, including Mary. Mary was smart, but she had trouble finding another job. She would send her resume to many companies that posted jobs on Monster.com or Dice.com, but no one ever responded. Those companies were flooded with resumes from people just like Mary. Then Mary discovered a secret type of employment network called the Hire Me Network. Mary no longer sends out resumes. Now she looks through the listings posted by individual companies and picks which company she wants to work for. Plus, she tells them how much she wants to be paid. She then does the job the company needed completed, and she is paid. One day she may record a series of voicemail messages for a company in Florida. The next day she may proofread a brochure for a company in Texas. The next day she may take a job entering data for a company in Australia. There's no end to the available jobs, and she can pick and choose what she wants to do and when she wants to do it. Did I mention Mary has 2 children, 6 and 3 years old? She no longer pays a babysitter so she can leave the house to go to work. She can work from home on these jobs on her schedule. She's no longer forced to leave home for 8 hours a day. If she needs to take the kids to the doctor or dentist or go to the park for a couple of hours, she can do it and never has to ask anyone for time off. She works when she wants, and she knows what she will be paid for each job, so she never works for less than she is worth. John S. had a good job in tech support. He knew a lot about computers, but after he was convicted for a DUI, he was fired and could not get another job. Every time he applied at any company big enough to need tech support people, they wanted to do a background check, which meant he was immediately out of consideration. John wanted to put his life back together, but no one wanted to hire him. His only option was to take a minimum wage job at a fast food place or work for some small company which did not do a background check, which meant he had no job security and would be paid very little. He was about to give up hope. Then he found out how the Hire Me system worked, and he was able to work from home using his computer. Now he uses his computer skills to help companies every day. Companies that would never hire him as a full-time employee will pay him flat-rate fees to solve simple computer problems. One day he fixes a company's website to update their product description. The next day he designs a logo for a company in Brazil. Maybe you're unable to travel or even drive to work every day and need to work from home. Maybe you just want to avoid the daily commute. Maybe you only need to work a couple of days a week, or you want to make a few extra dollars on the weekend without taking a second job. Maybe you have a job but want some extra confidence that if you lose it or your company goes out of business, then you will still have income. If you have children, then I know you don't have time to sit at a boring assembly line job for 8 hours, making minimum wage, or to sit at a reception desk wondering if your child is okay with the babysitter. Did I say minimum wage? Actually, you would make less when taxes and union dues are taken out, plus your gas costs for driving to and from work. And if you have to pay a babysitter, there goes most of your check. You have other responsibilities at home too. People depend on you. There's no way you could walk away for 8 straight hours. Let's face it, a minimum wage job is not worth showing up for. You need to work, but you can't find a job that suits you. You feel like you're spinning your wheels. You need a job that lets you work a few minutes at a time at home, but that also generates enough money to make it worthwhile. Wouldn't it be great if you could just pick a short-term job like Mary, a job that matched your skills and your schedule, plus tell the employer what you want to be paid without getting a funny look from the interviewer? You can, and I will explain how. First, let me say that I'm not plugging any get-rich-quick scheme or assembly-at-home jobs. I'm not offering just one job. I'm offering a doorway to thousands of available online jobs that most people don't even know about, plus some tricks that will put you ahead of everyone else who wants those jobs. What kind of work is this? I'm talking about remote work-at-home type jobs, not the fake jobs you see on the internet like those assembled junk-at-home jobs or copying names from the phone book type jobs, or fake take surveys and get paid scams or stuffing envelope jobs, or those offers where someone claims they will sell you useless stuff wholesale and you sell it through your website or eBay and get rich. Those are all scams. There are no such jobs in existence. There are, however, many legitimate work-at-home opportunities where small companies hire you online and pay upfront to do a specific task. These jobs may last a day, a week, or a month. You can work multiple jobs at once if you want, or you can take a break or vacation anytime you feel like it. If you only want to work one day a week, you can do it. You have complete control over how much you make and when you work, and you never have to go to a job interview again. Many of these jobs require no experience or skills other than the ability to surf the internet or use a computer. Examples: data entry, blog message board posting, transcribing a recording of a speech to type text, proofreading documents, and many more. There are not enough workers to fill the available jobs on Hire Me network sites. Employers love to do this because they can hire you for one job, and they avoid all the paperwork and expense involved with hiring a full-time employee. Did you know that when an employer hires you, they have to pay taxes? I'm not talking about the taxes you see taken out of your check. They have to pay extra taxes that you never see. Small businesses hate to hire someone because it's more expensive in taxes and insurance, plus your paycheck. Small businesses love to hire people through Hire Me network sites because they can pay less, the person makes more, and the company is not stuck with a full-time employee they do not need. There are almost 100,000 jobs listed at this very second which you can apply for online and work online. Why is no one taking advantage of these sites? There are many people using the sites, but there are still thousands of jobs that go unfilled every day because there are no workers available. Small businesses around the world need little things done, and they are desperate to hire you. Are you a felon? Have you had trouble with the law and are now trying to pull your life together? Even if you have skills, it can be difficult to find employment, especially at any large company. The first thing they do is a background check. If you tell them you have a recent conviction or recently were released from jail, they will not hire you. If you don't tell them and they do a background check, they certainly won't hire you when it comes in with felon in red letters at the top. The Hire Me network is exactly what you've been looking for. There are no background checks, and you are hired based on what you can do. Your skills can shine. You can be paid for them without worrying about any embarrassing past problems. No one can accuse you of anything because you're working from home, and you're only judged on the work you do, which makes it a safe way to reestablish yourself in society and get paid more than you ever would flipping burgers. For the disabled. If you are disabled or unable to easily travel to a job every day, then this kind of work is perfect for you. You can work from home, on your schedule, take a break whenever you want. The people who hire you never even know you have a disability. All they see is the result of your work. For the elderly. Are you over 30? Okay, that was not funny, but seriously, if you're closing in on the senior category, or even if you're closed in, captured it and hung it on the wall, you know that you face special challenges in the workforce. If you have a job, then you may be the first let go when the company needs to cut back. You may be forced into early retirement too. What happens if you become sick or break a bone and can't work for a few weeks? What will you do? How much of your savings can you afford to lose in a situation like that? Even if insurance or Medicare takes care of part of the bill, you still have living expenses. Simply driving to work can become a major problem. If you need another job, how confident would you be walking into an interviewer's office and telling them how experienced you are as the young interviewer stares at your gray hair? Well, this is the beauty of the Hire Me network. You can work at home on your computer. You do not have to drive to work. You do not have to sit across from anyone and worry about them discriminating against you because on the internet, no one sees you. They base their hiring decision on what you say in your job response message, and I will tell you exactly what to say and what not to say. You can even use this opportunity to learn some new skills, which will keep your mind sharp. For minorities, when you go to get a job interview, do you wonder if you might be turned down simply because of your race or gender or age, high or low? This is what I love about the internet. No one rejects you because of how you look or your background. They don't even see you. The internet is the one place where job discrimination can be completely wiped out. Everyone is on an equal playing field. But I will make it uneven by giving you some tips that will help you edge out those who do not know how to use my employment method. For the mother, if you're a mother, then you have other responsibilities and cannot work a full-time job, plus take care of the kids and the housework. Hire Me network sites are the perfect solution. You can work on your schedule when the kids are asleep or at school and when you're ready. For the stay-at-home dad, if you're a stay-at-home dad, then you have the same problem and you need a job that will pay you, but also a job that does not require you to show up at an office or factory for 8 solid hours. For the lazy, hey, let's face it, some people do not have it in their nature to get up at 8 a.m. every day. This is the perfect lazy person's job. Get up when you want, work when you want, still get paid with no one yelling at you for being late. Examples. I'm going to give you a list of job examples, but this is by no means a complete list. People need different things every day and ask for almost anything that can be done remotely. Also, don't be scared off even if you think you do not have the skills for these jobs. There is a secret I will reveal after the list that will help you get a job suited to your skills. Plus, I will reveal how you can get marketable skills for even higher paying jobs quickly and easily. Take a look at these real jobs which were posted and see if you can do any of them. If not, don't worry. There were over 2,000 other jobs listed in this one category on the one day I grabbed the screenshot. The same day, there were 99,450 jobs available on all the network listings. This data entry job is a simple data entry job for $350. Can you do it? It says, I'm looking for a person to do data entry. The coder needs to add 50 announcements in 40 categories. You'll need to find the announcement on Google and paste on my site. This one is translation from Spanish to English. I wish I could speak Spanish. I have to hire people to translate too. The ad says I need to translate 3 marketing plans from Spanish to English. I do not have time to do this, but I need them translated in 7 days. All 3, each marketing plan has about 25 to 28 pages. This one is for 10 articles required. It says I'm looking for someone to write 10 articles with word count of 500 each that will need to be completed in 7 days. Looking to develop a long-term working relationship covering a variety of subtopics centered around a main niche topic. This ad is for logo design, and lots of people creating companies will need your help with little things like this. The ad says I'm in the process of trying to create a company. The company will do business mainly in the social networking sector, including the demographic that goes to these type of sites. I'm seeking someone who can after hearing the project, and the ad continues. This one's for creating a website. It says I need someone to set up a website. We currently have a template website, and it will give you some idea of the bare bones. This ad is for someone experienced with web content writing. It says we're a newly formed international association intended to serve all members of private law enforcement industry such as private investigators, security professionals, etc. Looking for a writer. And it says we need someone to write articles between 250 and 350 words on credit and credit repair, 10 quality keyword-focused website articles. This job states they need 10 articles based around 10 different keywords. While it's important that the keyword is in the body of the article, it's more important that the article has good information on the topic. This ad is titled Sales Letter Needed, Urgent. Now, there's a formula to writing sales letters. If you learn it and take this job for $220, that's $220 just for writing a letter. The ad says simple sales letter needed that will convert traffic to buyers. This topic is on bodybuilding.